We'll be going down that fork in the river, because if we go down that one, there's a fucking waterfall!
Hi there, this is Louis Black, and this is my aha moment. Or aha! This is the West Bank Cafe. I've been coming here for about 40 years. It was here that I came in here as a playwright, and then I left as a comedian. My friend Rand Forrester approached me and Rusty McGee, Steve Olson, who owns the place, to see if we wanted to work with him running this theater space, and was looking for something to put in here. We wanted to do one-act plays and get some musical performers in here, get some folks who do improv, get some folks who do sketch comedy. And it was an incredible time to do it because it was kind of a desert if you were coming in. We realized that we could give folks a space where they could do shows. And during the time in which we were doing this, we did more new one-acts than any other theater in America. You know, what people would do would be, okay, somebody's doing a Strindberg play downtown. Look it up. You look it up. Strindberg, he's Gus Strindberg. So you're sitting there for 3.5 hours to look at an actress or an actor who's playing the maid or the butler. And what we provided was a space in which somebody could come in, actually pick something that they wanted to be in. This gave them the space in which to do it. It was a safe space. We love to say that now. It's a safe space. Fucking insane. But it was. We did all sorts of plays. This is Xmas. I helped write that. This is by a play by Peter Hedges called Oregon. My plays we're writing were kind of surreal. Rusty and I had written a musical called The Tsar of Rock and Roll, based on a real character, Dean Reed. He was the Elvis Presley of Russia. So it's opening night, we used to hang out at a bar. The woman who ran it was a sweetheart, and she'd never been to the Alley Theater, and we brought her over, and she's sitting directly behind the critics on opening night. As soon as we got to that point where it was lift-off, the woman behind the critics started throwing up. The whole room could hear it. Rusty and I are looking right across at this, right at the two critics who literally, I think one of them got hit in the back. And I'm turning to Rusty and I go, well, that's the end of our careers. I go across town and audition at a place called Spellbinders. I did 20 minutes. Then I killed. This is my aha moment. In order to get what you wrote out there, the shortest distance between 2 points was to really be a stand-up. The one thing I had a difficulty as a comic, A, I didn't really give a shit about becoming a comic because it really was about what I was writing. B, I wasn't really comfortable, and I would shake and I would try to light a cigarette. It was like moments away from being the Hindenburg. I could burn a place down. I had flashes of that through my career. I could not connect. I would have like a joke that was really good, and then it was like 3 minutes of like, ooh, we can die now. Because partly I hadn't figured out my character.
People who do comedy for a living are sick! They're sick people! Anyone who wants you to laugh all the time is out of their fucking mind!
I was developing a knack for writing a joke, but doing it completely about the world that I knew.
I don't come up here to see you. I come up here so it's light up here, it's dark out there. I have the feeling that I'm in my own room, raving like a loon to myself!
People always say, you know, how did you end up being this angry guy? Well, I was angry, but I didn't know how to do it. I was on stage here one night on a Saturday night, and Dan Ballard, who was here visiting and was performing here, he said, I'm yelling at people on stage, and my act is actually, there's no reason I should be yelling at all. You have a reason to yell. So when you go back on stage, I don't care what you're saying, just go up there and start yelling. And I did. And that was that. That literally flipped the switch.
You think you heard someone say? Who? Who said it? Maybe you just said it to yourself, asshole. Maybe you didn't hear anything at all. You just thought you heard a voice. Until you can tell me where you heard it, I don't want enough shit going on in my head without anonymous, unclaimed thoughts being shoved in, and that's a fact.
We've reached a point where we're living in satire. A man running for the presidency of the United States is holding a Bible and selling it for $60. I can't top it. Part of the reason I'm leaving is because I can't top it. And that really is where the story kind of ends. One of the things I wanted to tell was sentimental, to say the least, was about how I felt about the audience and what the audience meant to me. That probably more than anything else was the final part of the story. My feeling was always, as long as I kept learning, I would keep doing it. And the great thing about stand-up was I just kept learning. So there was no reason to go somewhere else and do something else.